Stop, take a breath. Because what Team USA just did isn't a roster move. It's a warning shot. 5 legends. Gone. Overnight. No farewell tours. No thank you speech. Just a brutal message, sent in silence that's now tearing the WNBA world in half. This isn't about basketball anymore. This is about loyalty, power, and one name changing everything. Caitlin Clark. While most of America slept, USA Basketball dropped a list that felt like a gut punch. Veterans who bled for that jersey. Champions who carried gold medals home. Players fans thought were untouchable. Untouchable. Until now, phones lit up. Group chats exploded. Former players woke up to see their own teammates erased. And across social media, one question echoed louder than the rest. Did Team USA just betray its own heroes? Because when you see names like Chelsea Gray, the floor general, the mind of the game, suddenly gone. When you see Brittany Griner, a global icon, a force in the paint, a symbol of resilience, cut without ceremony, it doesn't feel strategic. It feels personal. And the way it happened made it worse. No press conference. No public explanation. Just late-night calls in the dark. Telling legends their time was over. That's cold. But here's where this WNBA engaging story takes a turn. Insiders say, this wasn't about age, not about injuries, not about locker room issues. This was about direction. Because behind closed doors, Team USA made a decision that shocked even people inside the program. They weren't tweaking the roster. They were tearing the blueprint apart. And at the center of that blueprint, Caitlin Clark, the rookie with gravity so strong defenses bend around her, the shooter who stretches the floor like no one before, the passer who sees windows that don't exist. Team USA didn't just want to add her, they wanted to build around her, and once that choice was made, everything else became expendable. That's the brutal truth. Legends who didn't fit the new pace, out. Veterans whose style didn't match the new vision, gone. Gold medals, didn't matter, and when fans realized that history no longer protected anyone, the reaction was instant. Chaos. Some called it the smartest rebuild in international basketball history. Others called it betrayal of everything Team USA stands for. But here's the part nobody's ready for yet. This purge wasn't the start, it was the result. Because 3 weeks ago, a secret meeting happened. No cameras, no leaks, just coaches, executives, and one presentation that changed everything. A presentation titled, The End of Dominance. And once you hear what was inside that room, you'll understand why no legend was safe. Asterisk. Here's the truth, they don't want on headlines. Team USA didn't wake up one night and decide to cut legends. This was planned, calculated, and it started with fear. Fear that the world had finally caught up. 3 weeks before the cuts, USA Basketball gathered behind closed doors. No reporters, no leaks, just coaches, executives, in one brutal PowerPoint that hit like a punch to the chest. The title said it all, The End of Dominance. For decades, Team USA ruled women's basketball. Gold was expected. Blowouts were normal. Opponents hoped just to survive. But behind the gold medals and victory photos, the margins were shrinking. France got faster. Australia got smarter. Spain got tougher. Belgium got fearless. And suddenly, Team USA wasn't terrifying anymore. They were just beatable. That report laid it bare. Transition, efficiency slipping. Three-point shooting no longer elite. Defensive adaptability falling behind. The final slide ended with one chilling line. If trends continue, Team USA will lose a major tournament within 4 years. 4 years, that's 2028, Los Angeles. The Olympics on home soil. Imagine that nightmare. The world, watching as the dynasty collapses in its own house. When Coach Cheryl Reeves saw that slide, she didn't think tweaks. She didn't think rotations. She thought revolution. Because if the world was changing, Team USA had to change faster. And that's where Caitlin Clark enters the story. Just as a star. As a solution. Her shooting stretches defenses to breaking points. Her vision turns chaos into open looks. Her gravity creates space no system can replicate. To Reeve and her staff, Caitlin wasn't just a player. She was the future system itself. But here's the cost of that future. To build a faster, more perimeter-driven, spacing-heavy attack, something had to give. Traditional floor generals, elite but slower pace. Dominant post anchors, powerful but clogging space. Veterans whose games were built for yesterday's style. They didn't fit tomorrow. That's when the unthinkable became inevitable. Chelsea Gray, cut. Brittany Griner, cut. Gold medalists, cut. Not because they failed, but because the game had moved. And here's the cruelest part of this WNBA engaging story. Nobody told them it was coming. No. Gradual transition. No honor guard. Just a call in the night, you're done. And while fans argued betrayal versus brilliance, inside Team USA, one question haunted every room. What if this doesn't work? Because if you tear down legends and still lose, there's no hiding from that. And that's when doubts about Caitlin Clark started to whisper. Not about her talent, not about the pressure, because now, this revolution, it has a face, and if it fails, guess who takes the blame? Asterisk, this is where the story gets uncomfortable. Because once Team USA tied its future to Caitlin Clark, they didn't just raise expectations, they put a target on her back. Inside the program, insiders say the tone shifted overnight. Every drill, every scrimmage, every conversation started to orbit around one question: can Caitlin carry this? Not as a rookie, not as a rising star, but as the centerpiece of a dynasty trying not to die. That's a weight legends spend careers preparing for. And now, it was being dropped onto a player barely into her WNBA journey. And here's the twist. Nobody saw coming. Caitlin didn't flinch. While social media was exploding with takes about betrayal, while former players were calling the cuts disrespectful, while fans argued in circles, Caitlin was in the gym, quiet, focused, taking reps like she knew exactly what this moment meant, because she did. She knew those cuts weren't just about strategy, they were a message. This is your team now. And with that message came pressure unlike anything women's basketball has seen before. Teammates felt it, coaches felt it, even opponents felt it. International scouts started redesigning game plans around her before she even wore the jersey. Traps at half court, switching everything, making anyone else beat them. The world was already daring Team USA. Prove she's worth the cost. And Caitlin, she didn't ask for the revolution, but she accepted the responsibility. Sources say, in the first closed-door meeting after the roster shock, Caitlin spoke up. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady. She told the room something simple: I respect what came before, but I'm here to win what's next. That line changed the energy, because it wasn't arrogance. It was ownership. And suddenly, this WNBA engaging story stopped being about who was cut and became about who was left. A roster built on speed, on spacing, on shooting storms instead of post battles, and in the middle of it all, Caitlin Clark, expected to bend defenses, lift teammates, and justify the most ruthless roster overhaul in Team USA history. But here's what makes this even more intense. Not everyone inside the basketball world believes this will work. Some coaches quietly say international teams are too physical. Some former players warn that you can't win gold without interior dominance. Some analysts fear Team USA just sacrificed balance for hype. And if they're right, this won't be remembered as a revolution. It'll be remembered as the moment Team USA turned its back on legends. For nothing, because now there's only one way this story ends. With gold. Or with regret. And that outcome will rest on one player's shoulders. Asterisk, and now, there's no turning back. Because once Team USA made its choice, the bridge behind them burned instantly. Legends were gone, systems were rewritten, and the entire world circled one date on the calendar: the next international stage. That's where this story gets its final twist, because this isn't just about Caitlin Clark proving she belongs. It's about proving that everything Team USA sacrificed was worth it. Every late-night phone call, every furious tweet, every legend left behind. Inside practices, the transformation is already visible. Faster pace, deeper spacing, threes launched without hesitation, ball movement designed to stretch defenses to their breaking point. This isn't the Team USA you remember. This is a gamble. And Caitlin is the engine. Opponents know it too. International coaches have admitted, quietly, that preparing for this version of Team USA feels different, scarier in space, harder to scheme against, because one mistake, one late rotation, and Caitlin Clark ends the possession from the logo. But here's the real pressure point. If Team USA wins gold with this roster, history will be the cuts will be called necessary, visionary, ruthless, but correct. Caitlin Clark will be crowned the player who ushered in a new era of American dominance. But if they lose, there's no hiding. Every missed shot will echo with the names that were cut. Every defensive breakdown will bring back arguments about balance. Every close game will reopen wounds. Because when you betray legends, you don't get the benefit of doubt. You get judgment. And that's why this WNBA engaging story matters so much. It's not about disrespect. It's about transition. About whether women's basketball is ready to let go of what built it, to survive what's coming next. Caitlin Clark didn't ask to be the symbol of that change, but she became it the moment. Team USA reshaped itself around her. So when the anthem plays and the lights come on, understand what you're watching. Not just a game, a referendum. On legacy.